Someone just gave me this old newspaper, this old Christian American newspaper from the Christian Coalition, and Pat Robertson, and this is rather a historic one. This is 1994, May-June 1994, when supposed church leaders signed the Evangelicals and Catholics Together Accord, a Christian mission in the third millennium or whatever. And I'm very, of course, disappointed in Chuck Colson, Pat Robertson, all these people for having anything to do with this. But this magazine, this newspaper, is very quite telling. I've never actually read this one, but oh, look, here's a guest editorial from Cardinal John O'Connor. That tells you something right there. On the historic date of this signing of this agreement, which right-thinking Christian scholars and teachers would have nothing to do with, there's a lot in this joint statement, which is now 17 years ago. 17 years ago this horror started, and now we have a more recent one with the Manhattan Declaration, which is pretty much the same thing. Of course, the Manhattan Declaration is much more destructive than the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project only resulted in a bomb that can destroy people's lives. The Manhattan Declaration and ECT jeopardized souls. We contend together. There's a section in ECT that says this, and I've been hearing about this for many, many years. But this is very telling. It is a strong call for unity on common issues for the right ordering of civil society. Is that what the gospel is about, the right ordering of civil society? When people are saved, civil society will come along to the best of its ability. It's going to be a bad world anyway, but the gospel is about salvation of individual souls, not moral reform in the greater societal fabric. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it was set up. Listen to these 9 common causes that are detailed by the statement. Full legal protection for the unborn in opposition to abortion. Well, of course, anyone would agree to that who's a Christian, who believes in life. The restoration of moral education and the teaching of America's true religious history in the public schools. That's fine. Parental choice in education, opposition to pornography, acceptance of all races, religions, ethnicities, and so forth. A free society with a vibrant market economy based on the Christian understanding of human freedom. Boy, we're really getting out there with this one, aren't we? Renewed appreciation and respect for Western culture, caution about political correctness and multiculturalism. Amen to that. For government to reverse its hostility towards the private sector, a responsible foreign policy, so on and so forth. And none of those things are bad. However, you do not compromise the gospel to achieve all of that. I wouldn't care if it was going to wipe out every known evil in the world. If it involves propagating a false gospel, or rather taking 2 gospels that are diametrically opposed to each other and somehow trying to fuse them together and say they're the same thing, it's like, it's like an operation for which the organ is going to be rejected. Okay, you cannot have light and darkness, God and Belial. You cannot have the Catholic gospel and the Orthodox gospel and the regular, everyday biblical gospel. I'm not even going to say Protestant, but the biblical gospel, because denominations are not scriptural anyway. You cannot compromise or sell out these things for the sake of achieving any level of world peace, of course, or world moral correctness. And, of course, Rick Warren has taken this to the ultimate outer limits, space cadet extreme with his peace plan. But I'm sorry, 17 years after ECT, I vehemently oppose it. The Manhattan Declaration, vehemently oppose it, and I'm nobody, but I know there are good, godly men who are in positions where they can be heard, who are pastors and teachers who are known throughout the world, some of them, who oppose this also. And I thank and bless and commend my Christian brothers out here on YouTube. I've heard about this GodTube. Frankly, I wouldn't go near it. They ban you, they censor you much more than YouTube does. God bless YouTube and the people who use it, and my brothers and sisters out there who actually spread the true, simple, liberating, saving gospel of Jesus Christ and oppose the bizarre, cultic medievalism of Rome and Roman Catholicism and Orthodoxy. And thank you for that. 17 years after ECT, let's continue the fight.